Rock and roll over.
Let me get it pulled up here. And rock and roll over. Fuck.
Yeah.
There's so much good on this album.
I only have one song picked so far.
I know
Now,
which one I know which one it
I
is.
told you I'm struggling with two songs between.
Oh.
Well, let's get to it. You ready?
Ready.
Okay.
Welcome to Sonic Legacy, where we dive into the timeless tales and transformative tunes that have shaped generations.
All right, we're back. Brent and Andy, the guys you just thought you'd never see. Get tired of looking at. We're here. Andy, of course, here. Brent there in Cincinnati. I'm down here in my bunker in Nashville. We are still talking about Kiss, believe it or not. We've been talking about Kiss since 1981, 82. And you'd think we'd be done talking about Kiss. We've said what we need to say.
You like Kiss?
You like, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
My sister told me, we're in 7th grade, but she told me the first day I walk into high school, people are going to laugh at me if they know I like Kiss. So, you know what I did? I wore my fucking Kiss shirt the very first day of 9th grade.
Yeah, they did. But I didn't care. We didn't care. We've never cared. We've always flew the flag, and that's where we are. So we're back here with Sonic Legacy, and as I say all the time, the whole premise of our podcast is really to preserve music and hopefully future generations somewhere down the line, wherever they're viewing their media at that stage of the game. Somebody may find this, and maybe somebody will discover Kiss that didn't discover Kiss. Or for those that still love Kiss and like to debate about Kiss, maybe you'll find this and laugh at me and Brent. Tell us we're wrong. You can.
And if you don't like what we're doing, I mean, this little series, don't worry. There's plenty of ideas that will make you want to be part of the conversation.
Yeah.
And because I can't tell you, I used to tell Andy years ago, man, I'm listening to these Kiss guys out of Canada. I'm screaming, I want to be in the room with these guys so bad.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got it was just time to start talking about Kiss. We've been talking about on the podcast, we've talked about other bands, and Kiss is just one of the ones that really, for everybody involved with Sonic Legacy so far, I think everybody is a Kiss fan to a degree, including Gary, who wanted to be here for Destroyer, and Alan Wiesenhahn, which is German for Wiesenhahn. He wanted to be here for Destroyer, of course, too.
Is Wiener Schnitzel that big of a Kiss fan, though?
On certain albums.
Okay.
That's what he sent me a list, and Destroyer was one he wanted to talk about, but he also gave me a list of later stuff he wants to talk about, the 80s, the non-makeup era. So anyway, I digress. We are now on to Kiss's fifth studio album. Rock and Roll Over is the album. Brent is sporting, which I would contend, Brent. I would say this out loud. I would contend that this album cover is one of the greatest album covers of all time. I love this album cover so much. Like, if I was ever going to get a Kiss tattoo, I might contemplate this album cover. And I don't have the Magic Teardrop one.
Oh,
which
please let me pull that out.
Please do.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
I know it's something that is in the netherworld of Kiss. The teardrop is legendary if you can get one.
Well, you see it up there? Is it showing up all right?
Yes.
Okay.
Does that mean Paul's killed somebody?
No. Michael Dorette is the artist who painted this album cover. And you can go back and look. You can go back and look at Michael Dorette, and there's an interview with him, and it's not a teardrop. It's just ink that got on.
It's like a bleed or something, right?
Yeah. And it got on the press, and voila, everybody thinks it's a teardrop cover.
How many?
But what makes it unique is it is a record club only. This was printed in Indiana?
So it came from one of the record clubs.
It came from, I believe, RCA Record Club, if I remember right.
Interesting. I didn't know that. So is it super rare or just hard to find?
No, it's just hard to find.
You got to figure how many people joined those record clubs and got Kiss.
Now, I've known about this record since back in high school. I remember, hearing about it. And then once I got my driver's license, started going to used record stores, never found it. We didn't have an internet back then.
Yeah.
We'd have record shows that would come once every 6 months to Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Then you'd save every bit of your $3.15 an hour paycheck to go there and be broke within a half hour. But it was 10 years ago. I walked into Everybody's Records here in Cincinnati, and this was on their shelf, and I got it for $10. And
now, does it have any value besides $10?
Yeah, well, yeah, but I'm going to get to that here. I mean, yeah, you could buy a sealed one for $100. They exist. People usually ask more than really what they're.
Yeah, but $100 is about a fair price for sealed.
Hey.
Sealed, right?
What's your thing? $100 is $100, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway,
judging, man.
But I walked into Everybody's Records a month ago. They had another one there, and it was so ragged out, ring wear all around it, just worn. The album itself, kind of nasty on the inside. $40. $40.
They know they're on.
So now but they didn't know. They didn't know about the teardrop then. $10. I looked at Rob Tipton. I was like, holy shit! I finally found one. At this point we had the internet, but I wasn't paying $50 on the internet even then for one. I just figured I'd find it, and
I love it. I still like. I mean, I love to just look at that cover. It's so freaking badass, man.
And I have a print that's in 3D of this. Spitzer Gift sold.
I mean, look, I know everybody talks about Destroyer and Love Gun, but like this cover to me is just one of that screams pick me up when you walk through a record store back in the day.
Andy, I have a clock of this.
Yeah.
And it's circled here, and the rock and roll over part on the outside turns.
That's
every second.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's pretty damn cool clock. But anything I see with rock and roll over on it, I want it.
And I'll put a graphic in here when I edit this one. Kevin Smith, the Tell 'Em Steve Dave, right? They did a logo of it, which is fantastic. So
Anthrax did it on their live album.
I'll endeavor to find those and put them up. That's how, again, talk about iconic album covers, which that's a topic we'll break down later. But this one,
Metallica's got to play on this on something. Best. I mean, it's this. Like I said, we're running into a series of iconic covers for these guys.
Oh God, yeah.
And this is one of my all-time favorite covers. Period.
Yeah, I agree. It's perfect. So let's go down the track listing, Brent. Let's get moving. So this thing opens with "I Want You," which is fantastic. You got "Take Me," "Calling Dr. Love," which, by the way, the very first song I ever played in a band with Kevin Hayes and Steve Cook.
Remember that?
"Calling Dr.
in
Love."
War Machine.
Because I had a cowbell, so we would rehearse, and I would do dun.
But you played War Machine too, if I remember right?
Well, you talking about the talent show?
Yeah, that was 8th grade.
8th grade. I'm talking the first time we played as a band in rehearsal. Okay. It was Calling Dr. Love. So Calling Dr. Love is the third track on this. My infamous Ladies Room is on this album. I thought it was on Dress to Kill. Baby Driver, Love 'Em, Leave 'Em, Mr. Speed, See You in Your Dreams, Hard Luck Woman, and Making Love round this one out. 10 more great tracks from Kiss. Brent Walter, what say you?
This is one of my top 5 favorite albums of all time.
For Kiss or of anybody?
Of Kiss. Well, yeah, of Kiss. Okay. Period.
I just make sure I didn't want to.
But it's one of my top 5 favorite Kiss records.
So let me ask you this: do you have a song that you skip? Is there a throwaway on this one?
It would have to be.
It doesn't make you a bad person.
No, I mean, if I was going to have to pick a song to skip, it would be probably "See You in Your Dreams."
Okay. I just say if you think if it's one of your faves, if it's perfect, do you have one that you could throw away?
And I love "See You in Your Dreams," but when I was a kid and I heard Gene's solo album version of it, it was so much different. It was so much heavier, and that's what I. But I love it. I still love it. I love how perfect the backing vocals are. You can hear Paul perfectly. And again, and this album was produced by Eddie Kramer.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And if you listen to certain parts of it with good earbuds in, Peter Chris's Speed King bass drum pedal would squeak.
Which
and every now and then,
I had a Speed King.
Well, you can hear it every now and then in some of the tracks.
I love that.
I forget what they were. It was years ago, but when I read about it, Eddie Kramer was saying you could hear it in this part, and I went back. I'm like, oh my god, you could definitely, because I know what squeak is from playing yours.
I love stuff like that. That is awesome.
So it's in there.
All right, so you got to pick a song.
Oh, can I just pick the whole album? Because
you can, but I want to force you to make a Sophie's choice. You got to pick your 2 favorite tracks off this album.
Well, my 2 favorite tracks. I'm going to go with my favorite tracks. Period.
That's what.
Not what I'm going to give somebody, but my favorite tracks.
Your favorite tracks.
And if the people don't like what I give to them, fuck them.
Yeah. Exactly.
I gave them Parasite already.
Yeah, I gave you some other stuff. Like,
okay,
this is me being indulgent.
But we're gonna go right off the bat with "Take Me."
Really? Okay. I didn't see that coming, but I'm. Tell me why.
Put your hand in my pocket, grab onto my rocket. Come on. No,
I was hoping you'd never say those words to me.
What I love the guitar riff for one. I love the fast punch of it. Yeah. And I love when it comes back in off the guitar solo. It just builds. And they used to play the song. They used to play this back then.
Oh wow!
It was edited off of Live 2, if I remember right.
Okay.
They were playing it back in '77.
Wow.
So
Take Me. Okay.
Take Me.
Let me highlight that on my list for Brent. Take Me. Take Me.
Yeah, and Gene would live. Gene would ruin it because he would sing a kind of operatic "Take Me."
Yeah, well,
I don't know why he did that, but he did.
We can't blame it on drugs or alcohol.
No.
So for me, my first track is it's one of my all-time favorite tracks, written by the great Paul Stanley, written as a version of another song that he was trying to make. It's Hard Luck Woman.
Yeah, and he was trying to make it for that artist too.
So this is basically, tell me where I'm wrong. The story is that he had heard Maggie May.
Yeah,
from Rod
Stewart,
and he thought, that's a great song. I think I can write something like that. And he wrote it. Tell me if I'm wrong. He wrote it and presented it to Rod. Like, here's a song I wrote kind of for you. And Rod kind of said, I already have it, Maggie May. I don't need another one. It's something. Am I kind of in the ballpark with the conversation?
From what I understand is he wrote it for Rod Stewart. Peter Criss heard it and said, fuck that. I'm singing that song. Why would we give that to him?
Well, and I agree with Peter on this one.
Because it's Peter said, I have that kind of voice already.
Yeah,
I have that whiskey, smoky, voice.
It's such a good song. I love this song so much. I just truly, this is a song I pull up and just listen to. I even like the Garth Brooks version of the song. So putting it out there.
The one thing that's always left me kind of dumbfounded is the choice of the name Rags.
I know. It doesn't make any sense.
I never understood Rags. Because
when we get Paul on the show, we'll ask him.
But maybe she was called Rags because maybe she didn't have really nice clothing or what have you.
Yeah,
we're Rags. I don't know. I don't know what his thought process was.
Could be
somebody out there knows it. I just
she
I
is
don't
a
know
hard luck woman.
But from top to bottom, it's a perfect song.
I think so. It's one of my go-tos with Kiss's whole catalog. And this is one of the ones I always go to. So Brent, what would be a second favorite track off of this one that you just like, I gotta have it in my life?
Mr. Speed.
Really?
Yes.
I try to remember. I thought you really did like that song. I'm not with you on that, but I get it.
Take Me and Mr. Speed are perfect bookends, on this record. No, just great lyrics, it's just fun. Yeah. And it's actually a little bit slower, I mean, all day long I could tell you I want you.
Yeah.
I love them and leave them,
No.
Now that you want to talk about filthy lyrics, come on.
I know.
You got a stiff proposition.
So listen, for me, this is where it gets tough for me.
Yeah, I'm going to try to guess it before you say it.
3 that I absolutely could go with here. But I narrowed it down to 2, and I'm still struggling. I mean, as I'm saying these words right now, I'm still struggling.
Okay.
And this changes back and forth. But if you ask me right now,
yeah,
if you want to take a guess to see what I'm going to say, I'll tell you if you're right.
Me thinking I know you.
Yeah.
Has to have the word "you" in the song, probably, which would be "I Want You," which I
so close, but you were wrong.
Really,
Making Love, Brent.
No.
I love the song "Making Love." Now, I love "I Want You." That's where I was going back and forth. Calling Dr. Love was a close one, but I'm okay with Calling Dr. Love. "I Want You" is I love so much. You and I have talked about how much we love that song, but man, I will sing "Making Love" to myself just walking around the house sometimes, like
yeah. And how surprising was it in the last 50 shows they did? They brought that song back.
It's to me, it's I see it as a deep cut. It's probably not considered a deep cut, but I see it as a deep cut, and it's one that I think is just so. I don't know. It seems a little different to me because it's so up tempo and stuff, and I don't know.
Yeah, and it's got cancel culture written all over that.
It does, yeah.
But which I don't subscribe to that. I don't give a shit. But
I know there's got to be some people out there watching or listening. They're going to say, "Yeah, you're right, man. Making Love is a great song."
Can I tell a little Brent story?
Definitely tell a Brent story.
Okay, a little Brent back in 1978, probably. House on Terrace View Drive.
Yeah.
You go up steps, and you take it right down the hallway, and you get to the very end. And my sister's room was at the very end. My door was on the very right, and my parents' door was on the very left. And it was one night during summer vacation. And every time I go in my parents' room, I just go on in. Well, every now and then the door will be locked. And I hear, just a minute. Well, one night I did that, and I went to twist the doorknob, and it was locked, and something connected in my brain. So I pulled my speaker out into the hallway, pulled my double platinum out, dropped the needle on Making Love. And, and my dad was laying. I remember, I'll never forget walking in the room. My mom's got her clothes on, she's doing the, "You little bastard, you son of a bitch, blah, blah, blah." And my dad's laying there with no shirt on, big ass gut. And he's laying there and he's just clapping and laughing like that because the boy got it.
Yeah, finally.
The boy knew. The boy knew why the door was locked.
Girl says,
and he busted him.
Nice.
But yeah, I'll never forget. That's one thing about my dad. I'll never forget him laying in bed.
That's a
clapping his hands over his head.
That's a great way to end it. So we'll leave it at that. Rock and Roll Over, the greatest album cover, one of the greatest album covers they've ever put out.
Absolutely.
And there's an argument for "I Want You." There's an argument for Calling Dr. Love. I don't care for Baby Driver.
Oh,
I know.
That song was about. Was it Peter's singer in another band?
I don't know. I know there's a legion of people who love that song. It's just I never.
Well, again, the end guitar hook.
Yeah.
And they're all going, "Go, baby." I can't sing, by the way.
It never resonated with me at all.
But no, Baby Driver's that's a good tune.
No,
it's a good tune.
I will agree to disagree with you on that one.
But yeah, this album's basically almost a perfect album to me.
Yeah.
And this album was, we'll close it with this. This album was a reaction to Destroyer because they went back to what sound they were, but it was a little bit louder, a little bit more polished than the first 3 albums, of course, but it had that basic Kiss sound that Destroyer didn't have.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Well, Brent, let's wrap this one up. We've talked long enough about this album. Everybody, again, thank you so much. If you're still watching or listening, we do thank you here at Sonic Legacy. And if you're still listening to us because of Kiss, we like you a lot more. And, please just, we ask you to like and subscribe, leave some comments, and talk to us about it. Tell us where you were wrong. Tell me why I should love Baby Driver if I'm wrong. I'll give it another listen. I'll keep going, but it just never does anything for me.
Put it on 10 times and just keep listening to it, and you'll fall in love with that ending.
It could be. I'm not going to say no.
Fall in love with it.
All right, everybody. Thank you again so much for listening and watching in Sonic Legacy. This has been a Touch of Madness production, brought to you by the creative minds at Tommy Twins Media.